Hey guys, it's Whitney, your family practice PA here, and today we are going to talk about what the heck is high blood pressure. So why is it so important for us to know if we have high blood pressure? So we go to the doctor, they put that cuff on our arm, and they tell us these numbers, and they don't mean anything to us. So let's break that down and understand what that top number is, what that bottom number is, what are they called, what's going on with the heart, when should we be worried, and why is it important to understand all this so we can better understand our health and be able to ask the right questions to our doctor when we go to the visit. Okay, so when we're talking about blood pressure, we're talking mostly about how hard the heart is having to beat, what resistance is it meeting as it pushes the blood from our heart into the arteries, taking it to the rest of our body. And that pressure is measured in two ways. Our top number is called our systolic blood pressure, and our bottom number is called our diastolic blood pressure. Both numbers are important. The systolic is the amount of pressure in the arteries when the heart is beating, pumping, and pushing it out into the rest of our body. The diastolic is actually the pressure in the arteries in between those beats. So both of them are important. So we're looking at the boom boom, so the push out, the contraction of the heart, and the relaxation, and knowing what those pressures are. So one thing people don't seem to understand a lot, and my patients ask the question is, what is a good blood pressure? So anything under 120 under 80 is considered a normal blood pressure, okay? So we want to be in the normal range, you want both of those numbers. We go up in that way also with stage 1, stage 2, and then we have a thing called hypertensive crisis. So those numbers start getting closer. Stage 1 is when we get above 120. So stage 1 is above 120 over 80, okay? Or that's elevated, sorry, this is elevated. So elevated is these numbers, okay? So that's an elevated blood pressure, but not quite what we call hypertension, which stands for high blood pressure, okay? So elevated is that. When we get into stage 1, and this is where we might start talking about treatments, different types, and I'm gonna do a whole nother video on all blood pressure medicines, different classes, so you kind of become familiar with that, is greater than 130 over greater than 80, okay? So 80 to 89 and 130 to 139. Stage 2 is anything greater than 140 over greater than 90, okay? So this is definitely when we're gonna start, if those on a regular basis start having treatment. How I like to approach it with my patients, so you might want to talk to your doctor, is in this range we really start having conversations about lifestyle modifications and ways that we can naturally lower it so we might not have to go on medication, because nobody really wants to go on medication. And ways to do that is we lower our sodium intake, which is our salt. We start exercising more, especially cardiovascular exercise, walking for 30 minutes at a time for 3 to 5 times a week. It's lowering our BMI, so losing weight. Is managing our stress better. It's making sure that we're not drinking as much alcohol, using tobacco products. All of those things add up and raise this blood pressure. Another big thing with this COVID world is managing our stress. So if we need to talk to somebody, better coping skills and learning to release that stress, because stress is horrible for your blood pressure, for your heart. Blood pressure is called the silent killer because unfortunately we don't usually have symptoms with it. So that is one of the number one reasons why it's so important to get your blood pressure checked regularly. Go to your doctor, have your yearly physical, get your blood work done. If you're at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, and they have that blood pressure monitor, go check it. Now that you know what the numbers are and when you need to talk to somebody and when you can relax is huge. You need to know your family history if you're able to. Get those genetic markers known that you might tend more towards diabetes or high blood pressure or high cholesterol. And we're going to talk about all that stuff on this channel. But it's really important to know what's going on. Symptoms of high blood pressure are not common, but they can be blurry vision, headache, dizziness, fatigue. All of those reasons are to go talk to your doctor. Ask them these questions. Empower yourself, get educated, and know and go take better care of yourself. I want you to be healthy. I know your family wants you to be healthy, and I know your primary care doctor wants you to be healthy. If you have any questions, drop it in a comment in below. If you got anything out of this video, please hit the subscribe button or the like button, and then please ask me questions. I'm going to be growing this community, answering everything you throw at me. If you want videos on certain topics, I'd love to do that. Give me your feedback, but I can't wait to see you at the next video, and I hope you have a great night, great week, and see you soon.